Welcome to the Module 1 presentation of What Do I Need to Ask the Right Questions? Before we get started, just like you to know that as current and future knowledge workers, crediting resources is very important. Therefore, I want to let you know the majority of the content in this particular presentation is remixed from the Working with Health IT Systems modules created by the EU-US Health Work Program. HealthWorks adheres to a CC by Creative Commons license, meaning others, like me, are allowed to share and adapt the materials for any purpose. This presentation answers what's the difference between information literacy, computer literacy, and information systems literacy. What is a system? What's a health system? And what's a health information system? Might seem a little strange to begin this course thinking about literacy, especially how most of us define the term, but the main purpose of an information system is to communicate the right information to the right person at the right time. Therefore, information literacy, which is knowing what information is needed, and then an ability to access, evaluate, organize, and use information from a variety of sources, is the first step to understanding information systems. One must also have computer literacy and that they can operate a computer, knowing how to use hardware and software applications like Microsoft Excel or Word or Windows, how those function separately, and then how those work together. And finally, how IL and CL work together to collect, store, use, and share information more efficiently and effectively. Information helps people make good decisions confidently, but how does one know what information to use? Or better stated, what does a person need to ensure the right question is asked so the right problem is solved? Information literacy describes the ability to recognize when that specific information is needed, and then the ability to access, evaluate, organize, and use information from a variety of sources. The first step is to recognize what information is needed. What questions are you trying to answer? What problem are you trying to solve? Tell me more about the situation. Addressing these will help identify main or keywords to use in searching for information. Access to information can come in a variety of ways, from asking a colleague, watching a video, or reading a report. In a health information system, information about cases or conditions can come from population-based or institution-based sources, such as the ones listed on the slide. Having access to a variety of data sources will help you find all the information you need in your situation, whether this is providing better care to a patient or using your facility's resources more efficiently. Imagine you are looking for information about a problem or situation. How do you find the information you want? You've accessed the information. Now, how will you evaluate information from your searches? Think about these 5 concepts. Is the information accurate? Is it the information you need? Does it answer your question? What's the authority of the information? Does it come from a credible source? How objective is it? Does it provide good evidence supporting the information, or does it appear to be more opinion-oriented? Currency. Is there a date available for when the information or data was added to the database? Is it new information, or does it indicate that the information has been recently updated? Coverage. Is it complete? Is it available to you when you need it? When you are information literate, you have the ability to organize the information you find in a way that provides clarity to the question you seek to answer or the problem you are trying to solve. In some situations where you have information of limited or poor quality, you will need to create information from a chaos of data sources into something meaningful and useful. Many times this organization can be done through the use of computers or computing processes. The last element of information literacy is use. It might seem obvious to use the information you just spent time recognizing, accessing, evaluating, and organizing, but most likely each one of us has seen information used very ineffectively. Information can act as a guide, a measure, or the evidence for reasoning when making decisions. Module 2, the next module, covers some computer basics, but we've already defined it earlier in the presentation as the knowledge of computer operations, how hardware and software application work, and how different hardware and software applications work together. So then what happens when you are both computer and information literate? You might become information systems literate. But to become information systems literate, you need to understand how information systems work. Information systems are complex and varied. There are two aspects of information system literacy that you can use in any situation in which data is collected: the data information hierarchy and the components of information systems. Both of these will be discussed in greater depth in other presentations and modules in the course. The most basic item in an information system is data. What is data? It's simply a thing. It has no meaningful relationship to anything else. It can be a fact, text, graphic, image, or sound. And then there's information. Data plus meaning equals information. Information provides an additional description, definition, or perspective. It is not just a thing. The most formal definition of information is that it is formatted, filtered, organized, the structure has been interpreted, and it is summarized. Now let's consider knowledge. What is that? Knowledge is another dimension of data plus information. Knowledge is what you use when you apply information to make a decision or take an action. It weaves your experience with cases, rules, processes, models, and other ideas to make a determination. So here's how data, information, knowledge, and wisdom work together. Data are the foundational building blocks. You learn that when data are combined and given meaning, you have information. Information is applied to create knowledge. When expertise is added to all of this, we begin to have the glimmers of wisdom. Do you begin to see why it is important to distinguish between these terms? Terms such as data, information, and knowledge are often used interchangeably in common speech. Each of these terms has quite a precise and distinct definition in the information sciences. Data consists of facts. Facts are the observations or measurements about the world. Information is constructed by people in a process of perception. Knowledge defines relationships between data. Knowledge is created by identifying recurring patterns in data, for example, across many different patients. So how does all of this apply to the context of healthcare? Let's build to get there. First, there is a system, which are the interacting, interrelated, or interdependent components that form a complex whole. There are all types of systems, but a health system are the organizations, institutions, and resources devoted to producing actions whose primary intent is to improve health. What connects all of these systems? A health information system. A health organization often has multiple information systems. This picture here just shows a few types. Begin to think about the types of data, and even as specific as the physical place data is collected and stored within a health organization. Where and what types of data is collected for billing purposes? What about inventory? How about patient care? Each system is designed to collect specific data from different parts of the systems, and hopefully these information systems are either integrated or interfaced to create a health information system. So when these different types of literacy are put together, one can use hardware and software and other technologies to recognize, access, evaluate, organize, and use information from various information systems to impact health care delivery. The next presentation in this module dives a little bit deeper into the types of information systems and how they are connected as components of the health information system whole. See you then.